Hello friends, welcome to Civils Forum. Today we are going to discuss the Hindu editorial analysis and today's date is 27th November 2020. The article which we are going to discuss today is about the storm warnings. You can relate this article to the GS paper 2 disaster and disaster management. Before we begin with the article, let's go through some important words which are discussed in the article. The first word is alacrity, which means brisk and cheerful or readiness. The second word is inundation, which is overwhelming abundance of people or things. Spawned, which means induced or produced. The last word is amorphous, which is lacking a clear structure or focus. As you know, the cyclone Nivar has hit the southeastern coast of India, which is Tamil Nadu and Puducherry coast. The writer of the article is examining the approach of tackling the Nivar cyclone and is also pointing some suggestions for sustainable plan to prevent the severe impact of cyclone on the life of people and the public properties. As per the writer, the Nivar cyclone has not caused much destruction as feared relative to 2015 flood, which has killed a few hundreds of people of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. But he is mentioning that agriculture and properties have suffered some damages, and it has also affected the people who overcame COVID-19 fatigue and also who are prepared for the worst. The writer is appreciating the forecast which is done by the Indian Meteorological Department about the linear tropical cyclone in Bay of Bengal, and also is appreciating the data which is provided by the satellite and the act of government to deploy 24 of NDRF teams, National Disaster Relief Force teams, and the disaster management equipments along the coast of Tamil Nadu. But it felt insufficient when the heavy rain of 31 centimeter in the periphery of Chennai, which has reminded the people of the destruction which happened 5 years ago. The rain is also caused the severe losses in inland and towns. The writer is suggesting this is the right opportunity to make full assessment of not only providing the relief but also for the proper understanding of the extreme monsoon weather. Before moving ahead, let us understand the concept of geographical phenomenon, that is tropical cyclones. These tropical cyclones are the inward air circulation around the low pressure area which circulates in anti-clock direction in northern hemisphere of the earth and in clockwise direction in southern hemisphere. There are some conditions which favors and induces the tropical cyclones, which are: it is the large surface with temperature higher than 27 degrees Celsius, and the second condition is the presence of Coriolis force, The Coriolis force is the force exerted by the rotation of the earth about while rotating about its axis, which affects the direction of the wind, and this force is called the Coriolis force, which is maximum at the poles of the earth, and it is Coriolis force is absent in the equator. The next condition which is favorable for the formation of tropical cyclone is small variations in the vertical wind speed and pre-existing weak low pressure area or low level cyclonic circulation and upper divergence above the sea level system. These are some of the conditions which favors the formation and intensification of tropical storms. The tropical cyclones we call in the Indian Ocean region, and also the cyclones are mentioned in the South Pacific Ocean. The cyclones are called hurricane in Atlantic and Eastern Pacific Ocean. Then the typhoons, which are known in the West Northern Pacific and in the Philippines. The writer shows some concerns that ahead of the assembly elections in the next year in Tamil Nadu, the government has shown the alacrity, which we have read while reading the vocabulary, which means the readiness in handling the challenge of the event, the severe weather event. And also some opposition parties also carried out some relief operations. But the writer suggests that merely providing the relief activities will not be enough to offer the sustainable solution. So to get the sustainable solution, before getting the solution, the writer has mentioned some of the concerns which are leading to the severe destruction in the region. The major reason the writer suggests mention is because of the destruction is because of loss of its flood plains, lakes, peri-urban wetlands, and due to the acquisition of the land for the development by the government. That is land grab he has mentioned. Also, the government have not shown any interest in collecting and publishing the data on annual flooding patterns, and the government also neglected the measure the peak flow in the rivers and canals, which in turn can help to get the remedies or solution to the destructions. The loosening of land use norms and which have induced the housing sectors and ignored the public infrastructure, which he suggests that investing in public infrastructure and urban planning by government and local bodies or municipalities can boost the competitiveness of Tamil Nadu, and which helps to prevent it from frequent disruptions which is caused by this weather phenomenon. Please attempt this question. Discuss the features and process of formation of tropical cyclone and how are they different from temperate cyclone. Write the answer in 250 words. Thank you very much for the discussion. Have a nice day.